Let's move on to the last topic of this session, that is types of sentences. You are already familiar with assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, exclamatory sentences, etc. But what we are going to discuss now is a different classification, that is the classification of sentences based on clause structure, the arrangement of clauses in a sentence. So let's take a look at this classification. The first classification of, or the first category of sentence based on clause structure is the simple sentence. A simple sentence has only one independent clause, no subordinate clause, it has only one finite verb, and it could have either a single subject or a compound subject. So once again, the features, it has only one independent clause, it has only one main clause. It doesn't have subordinate clauses. It has only one finite verb, and it could have either a single subject or a compound subject. Let's take a look at examples. Example 1, a simple sentence, Ramu is my friend. Here the subject is Ramu, a single subject, and the finite verb is. It doesn't have any subordinate clauses and no conjunctions. Coming to the second example, my friends and I had planned the trip last year. Here we have a compound subject, my friends and I, two components in the subject. The finite verb is had planned. So my friends and I had planned the trip last year. It has got only one finite verb, no other finite verb is there in the sentence. So it is a simple sentence. Coming to the third example, the missing child was located near the railway station. The subject is the missing child. The finite verb is was located, and there are no subordinate clauses. There are no other finite verbs other than was located. Please don't confuse the missing as a finite verb. It is not a finite verb. It is the ing form of a verb acting as an adjective. It is actually describing the child, the missing child. So there is no other finite verb in this sentence. Hence, the sentence is a simple sentence. After simple sentence, we are moving on to the next type of sentence, that is the compound sentence. Let's see what a compound sentence is. A compound sentence consists of two or more main clauses. You must note two or more main clauses. That shows that all the clauses in a compound sentence are of equal status. It is not that one clause is superior to other and the other is subordinate. All clauses are of the same status. All of them are main clauses. The clauses are combined using coordinating conjunctions like and, but, or, etc. So the conjunctions which are used to combine the clauses, equal clauses in the compound sentences, are called coordinating conjunctions, and that is the reason why independent clauses are also called coordinate clauses. They do not have any kind of subordination. When they are combined, they are always combined on an equal status. That is why they are called coordinate clauses. Coming to examples, Jayant works in Mumbai and his sister Uma manages the family business. Let's take a look at the clause structure. Jayant works in Mumbai is one clause. His sister Uma manages the family business is another clause. Both of them are equally meaningful. Both of them can form independent sentences. Hence, both are main clauses. And the two main clauses are combined using the conjunction and, the coordinating conjunction and. In the first main clause, the finite verb is works. The second main clause, the finite verb is manages. So this is the structure of a compound sentence. Another example, Rahan likes to eat but hates to cook. Here the coordinating conjunction used is but. The two clauses, equal clauses, are Rahan likes to eat, hates to cook. You should note that in the second clause, there is no explicit subject. Please don't think that there is no subject. Rahan is the common subject that serves for the first clause as well as the second clause. It is an implicit subject. It is the common subject is shared by the two clauses. So it is only that it is implicit. doesn't mean that the second clause doesn't have a subject. So Rahan likes to eat is the first clause. Rahan hates to cook is the second clause. Both of them are combined using the coordinating conjunction but. So compound sentences can also follow this format with an implicit or common subject. We are moving on to the next type of sentence, that is complex sentences. What are complex sentences? A complex sentence has one independent clause and one or more dependent clauses. So this is the kind of sentence that includes subordinate clauses. So you can have only one independent clause and you can have one or more subordinate dependent clauses. Let's take a look at examples. The first example, the bus left before he could reach the station. It consists of two clauses. The bus left is the main clause. Before he could reach the station is the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. Before is the subordinating conjunction used in this particular sentence. The two finite verbs are left is the finite verb in the main clause. Could reach is the finite verb in the subordinate clause. Coming to another example. Though she studied hard, Reena did not pass the exam. So here also we have two clauses. Though she studied hard is the subordinate clause. Reena did not pass the exam is the main clause or the independent clause. Though is the subordinating conjunction used and the two finite verbs are studied and did not. Coming to the fourth type of sentence, that is compound complex sentence. That is a combination of the features of the compound and the complex sentences. Let's look at the details. It has at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. For the sentence to be compound, it needs two independent clauses at least. Plus, in order to be a complex sentence, it should have at least one dependent clause. So it is a combination of at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent or subordinate clauses. So how do we frame such sentences? Let's take examples. Though Aditya was experienced, the company rejected him and chose Farhan as the project leader. So here I have given the subordinate clause in bold letters. Though Aditya was experienced. The subordinating conjunction is though. The rest of it, the company rejected him. That is one independent clause. Chose Farhan as the project leader is the second independent clause. Both of them are connected using the coordinating conjunction and. So the two conjunctions are given in red. Though is the subordinating conjunction and is the coordinating conjunction. So this is how a compound complex sentence looks. The company rejected him and chose Farhan as the project leader are the two independent clauses and the first part is the subordinate or the dependent clause. Coming to another example, Surabhi, who lives next door, sings melodiously and plays the guitar also. Here, who lives next door is the subordinate clause which I have given in bold letters. Who is the subordinating conjunction. It is actually a relative pronoun acting as the subordinating conjunction. It has two independent clauses, sings melodiously and plays the guitar also. These two independent clauses are connected using the coordinating conjunction and. You should note that Surabhi is the common subject for both these independent clauses and who is the subject for this subordinate clause. So this is how you structure a compound complex sentence. So that is all about the different types of sentences based on the structure of clauses. The first is the simple sentence, second compound sentence, complex sentence, and finally the compound complex sentence. So with that we are concluding this session. I hope you have understood all the points discussed here. If you have any doubts, you can post.